there. Were you kind of disappointed in your production, or do you kind of understand it was just the context of the offense with so many good players?
It's all about the team, man. I had a pretty good year production-wise, and we won a lot of football games, did a lot of stuff at Georgia that we haven't done in a while there, and it was just special to be a part of something like that.
Were there enough footballs to go around?
He definitely helped me a lot.
Yeah, when you look at some of the backs we had and the amount of times we ran the football, just being able to block for some of those guys was something special too. Not everybody gets to say they block for Sony Michel and Nick Chubb. So, and Holyfield and DeAndre Swift as well. So we had a lot of good players, and there was games where we had to block and do it well to win games, and that's what we did.
How much does that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big part of playing the tight end position. You got to be able to do it.
I was going to ask you, how much did that pick up for you, Isaac, and how big do you want to play it in the league? We know you can catch passes and run routes, but what about the blocking?
Yeah, like I said, it's a huge part of the position. You got to be able to do it, and you got to be able to hold up against big defensive ends, and so that's something I take a lot of pride in. Did a lot at Georgia, so I got a lot of good experience there that I'll continue to grow on and get better at.
Isaac, for somebody who hasn't watched you play, how do you describe yourself and describe your game?
I'm a guy that can do it all. I've lined up, in line, H-back roll, split out wide, call a lot of passes and block a lot as well. So I'm a balanced tight end, I guess you could say. Try to emulate my game after a guy like Jason Witten, Jordan Reed, Travis Kelce's of the world.
Isaac, did you talk to the NFL Draft Board advisory at all? And if so, what did they say before coming to the Combine?
Yeah, so I got you're talking about the letter, I guess?
Yeah.
The letter advised to stay in school.
And what was your thought on that?
Unless you're a surefire, first-round guy, they typically advise that. So,
a lot of coaches here scouted my dad.
It's just something I decided to do anyways.
They joked with me a lot
absolutely.
about that.
There's a lot of good players in this class.
They told me I was a better player than he was.
But every year there's going to be a lot of good guys coming out. You don't get invited to an event like this, or you don't have an opportunity like this if you're not a good player. So a lot of good tight ends in this class.
What's the type of thing that when you watch Travis Kelce, you try to take from this game?
Just how hard he plays. He's a competitor. They look to him a lot, to get first downs and score touchdowns. And I think that's the way the tight end position's evolving now. You see a lot of teams with a lot of good tight ends and guys that look to make plays. And he's a special player for them for sure.
Recover a fumble against Tennessee. Was that your favorite?
It's wild.
I don't know about favorite. Definitely the most odd play I've ever scored on in my career. If you watch it, though, I didn't even celebrate in the end zone because I knew the conversation I was about to have with Coach Smart once I got to the sideline.
You should have said you called it that way.
If you want to look at it that way, then absolutely, that's what it's called.
Well, one thing I also noticed, the clock took 7 seconds to run that.
I
I'm assuming you run a little better.
I don't know about all that. All I remember is I was gassed running down the field. I'm just glad I turned a negative play into a positive play and made something good of that.
I know you're ready. I think you're ready. And he didn't want to come to me first and tell me that he wanted to.
Honestly, I didn't know if it was true or not. I saw it on Twitter and and then I saw a bunch of reports of it and saw that it's true. Great for him. I think that's really cool. He's a great player. Role model for me growing up. And a guy that I'd like to emulate my career like.
You plan on just having a great season, and you try to focus on the season. But
got the Jaguars, Seahawks, Vikings, Lions.
When that time came, everyone made a decision on their own.
A couple other teams. I don't have them exactly memorized yet, but just name a few. No, sir.
Well, Alabama, it's a big, dynasty and a big.
I think Georgia's very close.
A lot to own up to. So,
we got a lot of depth now. A lot of young guys that played last year. A lot of guys that can really help the team this year. Got a lot of experience on the offensive line, experienced quarterback, some really talented receivers and running backs. So, I think this might be a special year for Georgia for sure.
Did you feel at times you were underutilized on the field sometimes playing in Georgia?
If you look at every.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. For us, it's all about winning games and however they wanted to use me. I was all for it. The team comes first at Georgia, and when the ball was thrown to me, I tried to make a play on it and make most of my opportunities.
What did you tell Eli Wolf about transferring to Georgia? He said you gave him a call to give him an idea what to expect.
Yeah, I think I told him that Coach Coley is a big tight end guy. He loves to use the tight ends. I think they're going to throw it around a lot more with Coley. So I told him to be excited about that. At the time when I declared that the tight end room was looking pretty thin, so he's got an opportunity to play right away and step in and and catch a lot of passes. So that's kind of what I told him. There's some special stuff happening in Georgia, and they're always going to be a top program from here on out. Just because the way they recruit and the culture that we've set there, and I thought it was a great opportunity for him to step in.
Did you give it a second thought when Coley was promoted? I know that was pretty. I think you'd already declared by then, but was there a part of you that was like, man, maybe I should come back, or was it too late at that point?
No, it was too late at that point. I already made up my mind. There wasn't nothing that was going to sway me at that point. But if I'm a tight end right now in the Georgia system, I'd be pretty excited about Coley's calling plays.
What's your favorite route to run?
My favorite play route to run, I guess you could say, is probably a vertical seam route. Really, it's just a read. If it's a too high safety, you take the middle. It's one high, you stay in the seam, and usually it's open most of the time. So
what's an underrated part of your game?
That's their decision, but I'm just putting it on guys.
Probably just the receiving aspect. I think I got really good hands. Had the highest catch rate on our team. Only dropped one ball all year, so as many times as I got targeted, not a lot of drops. I would say my hands is probably the most underrated part.
Isaac, why are Georgia players a good fit for the Patriots offense?
I mean, it would mean everything to me. This is,
I think it's a culture thing. I think the Patriots have a really good culture, and that's why they win football games. And I think Georgia's got a really good culture too. We practice the right way, and we set a standard of how we play, and I think that translates, kind of to what they do. And I think that's why you've seen a lot of dogs go to the Patriots.
What have you been doing?
A little bit different frame than Rob Gronkowski. Guys been there for a long time.
Right.
But
yeah, most definitely. We actually watched a lot of film with the Patriots tight end in Alabama. So
I think
how they block.
With me and him, I think we both catch the ball well. We both block well. And obviously, I got to improve in a lot of areas to eventually be on that level. He's a great tight end, one of the best of all time. But and I think our styles of play are the same. Obviously, different body types. But I'm willing to go get the ball. I'm willing to block people just like he does.
Just having that approach that we built like that. I'm comfortable.
In terms of their experiences in New England.
I really haven't. I've been so busy at this point training and getting ready for interviews and in the combine, so I haven't had a chance to really reach out to those guys much. But I definitely will once this whole process is kind of wrapped up, and I'll be able to pick their brain a little bit more.
The style of offense that you translates to the pro game, especially at your position.
Yeah, absolutely. We're pro-style offense. A lot of the terminology we use is what they use, in the pros and the NFL. So a lot of stuff will transfer over, which is good. It's a little less of a learning curve. Some teams use terminology that we might call something and they might call something else. So there's going to be a little learning curve as far as that. But for the most part, football is football, and it's just a mix up of the names that you got to learn.
You mentioned training. What have you been doing to prepare for the combine?
Just been running 40s. Getting more explosive. That's been my biggest thing is I want to run fast. So I went to XP in Boca Raton with Tony Villani, and he's pretty well known for getting guys ready for the 40. And I've had a great experience there. Been working hard, and I'm looking to put up some pretty good numbers.
With that preparation, are you ready for the NFL? And if so, why?
Yeah, absolutely. That's something I've been training for my whole life. Since I can remember, age 4, playing tackle football. It's been a dream of mine, and I feel like all of that preparation, all that work, all those memories have led up to this point, and I'm ready for the next challenge.
At this point, when did you realize that you're at the combine and you're ready for the NFL? When did you realize when you got here that you were ready, that you were here?
It's pretty crazy. It's a pretty surreal experience, especially because the week's so busy, and you're up early and up late, and I think it's finally set in that I'm at the NFL Combine, and I'm one of 330 something players in the whole nation. And that's pretty special. I'm blessed to be here, and excited to represent Georgia and excited to represent myself.
Isaac, Nicole Hardman was saying he kind of wished that the Georgia-Florida game was a home and home, because it makes rivalries more personal. Are there a lot of guys at Georgia that might share that sentiment about maybe wanting to play in the swamp and get more home and homes like that?
Yeah, I think I could definitely see that. It definitely adds more to the rivalry. However, being a guy that used to live in Jacksonville, it was pretty cool to play in that stadium and play in what they call the biggest cocktail party in the country. Where they split the stadium half and half, and that's a pretty cool experience to to go down there and play in that environment. But you know, I also think a home game would be pretty cool too.
Isaac, what is your
time in Jacksonville?
Physical point. That's the aspect of the game.
You know, he's a special player. He's done it for a lot of years, and you know, he's one of the best of all time. Just the way he sets up routes and attacks leverage is pretty special. And you know, he's a guy that I'd love to be able to learn some stuff from. I already have just watching his film in college, and you know, he's a special player.
Isaac, what is it you would want?
I have.
What is it you want the NFL coaches and GMs to know about you, both personally and on the field?
I think the biggest thing I want them to know is that I love the game of football. You know, this is something that I've been doing my whole life, and it's what I eat, sleep, and breathe. And so I want them to know that for sure, that you know, football is super important to me, and you know, they're just going to get a guy that's going to constantly fight, you know, constantly work hard, and I'm going to help them win football games.
A lot of people are going to wonder if you got a draft grade to come back, why you win anyway. Is it a kind of deal where how much more could you have improved, or would you be content with a second or a third round selection? Just why you win against the draft recommendation, I guess, is what I'm asking.
You know, for me, it was I felt like I had played enough football games, put up enough good tape, and physically and mentally I was ready for the next step. And obviously those evaluations are pre-combine before they get to know you as a person, and you know, so there's a lot of factors that go into it, you know, to where you can rise, you know, with that draft status. But you know, it was something I just felt like I was ready to do, and I'm ready for the next challenge, and so I went ahead and made that decision.
You're trying to put up some big numbers, and you have a charity attached to these numbers. Can you explain that and tell us what some of your goals are? You said you want to run fast. What is your goal there? What's your number of reps? And how's the charity factor into this?
So with the charity, I got it's tied in with Pledge It, and what people can do is they can donate money to my Pledge It, which goes, all the proceeds go to the Northeast Food Bank of Georgia. And I set a goal of 15 bench reps. If I meet that goal or surpass it, all the money will get donated to the Northeast Georgia Food Bank. So that's kind of a cause that I wanted to raise money for, because I went through some tough times, you know, at a young age, and you know, we relied on that at one point. So you know, I thought, you know, what not a better idea than to give back to something that helped our family out, you know, at a tough financial time. So that was kind of the idea behind that. And then as far as running fast, I want to be in the 4.6s.
What point during the process did you determine that entering the draft?
Well, I mean, you never want to end
probably
on
midway through the year. You know, I had a lot of people contacting me about it and reaching out. You know, I talked to a lot of people, a lot of friends and family, people that have been involved in processes like this in the past, and you know, all the feedback I got and all the information I gathered kind of led me to make this decision.
I mean, it's so safe.
What do you remember about growing up in Jacksonville?
One day.
Man, well, for one, I remember Florida Georgia games.
He's a great coach.
Glad you said it right.
Yeah, I might have just screwed that one up. But Georgia Florida games, really, you know, I'm 2-1 there, so you know, we got the wins right now. But you know, Jacksonville's a cool place. Remember the beach. Remember the TPC Sawgrass golf events. That was the first time I ever saw Tiger Woods in person. That was pretty cool. But yeah, no, Jacksonville's an awesome place. It's a part of my childhood. And you know, I still got a lot of friends there.
Have you met with the Jazz?
I have. I meet with them tonight.
Which interview so far has stuck out to you?
I think all of them have. You know, I've had a lot of good conversations with a lot of teams, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback. So, yeah, I'm happy with everything. All the teams I've met with so far.
Have you met with the Chiefs yet?
I have.
What I need to do. I mean, he's just
Met with the Falcons as well. Met with the Bills as well.
He already went through
How
it.
versatile are you? I know that the NFL really gravitates towards receivers or tight ends that can play inline and flex out. How comfortable are you playing in both spots?
I'm very comfortable. Throughout my career, I've lined up, you know, outside slot in the backfield, and in some formations I even lined up at running back. So, yeah, that's something I would say. I got a lot of versatility. I've done it all. Run routes from every position, blocked from every position, and played, you know, every special team as well. So, you know, multifaceted at every spot on the field.
Did you talk to any of the guys from the former Georgia teams that are currently in the NFL?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. But I want to be better than him.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Nick, and I talked to a couple other people, but you know, you can't really ever, you know, base your decision off that. You got to do what's best for you. But like I said, I did get some good feedback from a lot of people, and a lot of people saying I made the right decision.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, the tight end,
mouths to feed, actually.
the tight end, the younger tight end,
feel like,
guys like
catching more
making
passes to the
plays
next level or something?
and having fun out there. So,
Oh yeah,
it'll
absolutely.
be awesome.
You know, I'm a competitor for one, so you know, the more balls I catch and
I mean, they've all
you know,
been great.
help get first downs, help get touchdowns. You know, anything to help the team catch the ball, I'm all for. You know, I love to be split out and catch the rock and make plays with it. But you know, like I said, I'll do anything to help the team win. So.
How'd that meeting with the Falcons
I mean,
go?
it's different.
It went good. It went real good.
What'd they tell you?
You know, really, it was just, you know, some background stuff, and you know, kind of just was going over some football stuff, talking about you know, some of the stuff I did at Georgia and some of what they do with the Falcons, and you know, so it's just some football talk and just getting to know Coach Malarkey.
Any unusual questions so far in your process?
You know, what's my spirit animal? Which I thought was kind of funny, but
The answer is?
you know, I think I said lion, but you know, I kind of wanted to say like golden retriever or something like that. You know, just a good old boy that loves the ball. You know.
Yeah, the Chiefs, you know, with
I have.
Kelsey there and the great offense that they have, you know.
What's the biggest difference between Coley and Chaney? You played under both.
I would say the biggest difference is Coley's got that juice. Whether it's fake or not, I don't know. He brings it every day. Very energetic guy. Loves to have fun. Not that Coach Chaney didn't have energy, but he just takes it to a whole nother, I guess you could say, Miami level. He starts speaking in Spanish and all kinds of stuff.
So what is the juice?
Man, I don't know. It's just it's just contagious, whatever it is. He comes in screaming, yelling, just brings a lot of energy, exudes a lot of confidence with his voice, and you know, he's just fun to be in the same room with.
Last year we got one what the juice was. He couldn't explain it. Miko Hardman couldn't explain it.
It's not something you can explain. You can just feel it, you know.
Who's the best player you faced this year?
No, he really did.
I don't even know if I want to boost him up because he's probably going to hear this. But Devin White, he's a pretty special player. You know, he's a linebacker that can really run, and
he wasn't in that situation.
You know, it's pretty
you never know, but he's a
not as common, you know, to have a guy that can run that fast and be that big.
Isaac, knowing you were going to declare, was there any chance in you not playing in the Sugar Bowl?
No, not at all. Yeah, I'm all about the team, so I wanted to do as much as I could to help us win that game. And that game was important to me, you know, whether it's a playoff game or not. You know, to me, the Sugar Bowl is a big game to play, and it's got a lot of tradition, and we were playing a good team. So I wanted to perform well. I wanted to bring a Sugar Bowl, you know, victory home for us. You know, unfortunately, we didn't get it done, but that was never a question in my mind.
Who's why do you think tight ends have become so important in the NFL? What is it about that position and what you guys can do with this?
You know, I think we cause a lot of matchup issues.
Definitely.
You know, that if we get lined up on a smaller DB, you know, we can expose by just bodying them up. And if we get lined up on a slower linebacker, you know, we can beat them with speed. So I think just the matchup issues that, you know, we can create is why the tight ends have become, you know, such a bigger part in the NFL. They're getting more athletic, you know, bigger, faster, stronger. So, and the hands are getting a lot better on them as well, you know, as to what you've seen in the past. So, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of dudes on this stage for sure.
What was your best game and what was your worst game?
I would say my best game was probably Florida. I'd say my worst game was probably LSU. There was a couple of things blocking wise that I wish I could have had back, and the only pass I dropped all year was in that game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Who was the
Alabama.
tone setter? If you're going to pick one guy, who was the tone setter for your offense? Who was the guy that you guys all kind of looked to as that leader on that side of the
Keep
ball?
going. Like, everything I took from Alabama, I'm going to use for
You know, I'd probably say on the offensive line was probably Lamont. You know, he was the guy that brought a lot of juice, something you also can't explain. You just felt it from him. For the wide receiver group, I'd probably say Riley Ridley. I'll claim the tight end group, and running back was probably Holyfield.
Out of that group, who was like the number one guy?
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, Alabama.
I'll probably say Lamont.
Place, but I mean, we have our free time.